Welcome to Rochester Regional Stadium for tonight's USL 2 matchup between your Rochester FC
and Bavarian United soccer.
Bavarian United SC.
So much history in the club. 95 years. Club originated in 1928. 95 years for Bavarian United. Only 5 years for Rochester. Today, both of these teams expansion sides in the USL 2.
Number 1, John Harms.
For Bavarian,
in left back. Number 5, Tristan
Mitchell Stewart showing up the back line for Bavarian. Ivo maybe Castro in midfield, and up top for Bavarian, it's Coleman, Frodstad, Dryden.
Defense, number 8.
For the Loons, it's a pretty standard 4-3-3. Kieran Brown starting in center back pairing of Tyreek Moore and Gabby Herrera. Right back, Alan Abramovich, and left back, Adam Krakora. In the midfield, Nico Cortez, Pedro Valera, Spencer Dunlap. And the top, Diego Navia, Mate Gutierrez, Jake Parish. Fluid side.
And defense, number 20, Christian Bob.
Love some of those wingbacks up in Abramovich and
forward, number 23, Patrick
Cotarvez. Nice play.
And captaining the team in defense, number 3, Luke Mitchell. Milwaukee is coached by Callum Mallet. And now the starting lineup for your Rochester FC.
Brown just finished up his senior season at Northeast State University. 19 games played, 19 goals allowed, 1.05 goals per average, 89 saves, 82.4% save percentage for Kieran Brown. He's done it all for the D2 level as Brown. 2021 All-MIA first team. Career save win
In midfield, number 6,
record for Florida State. Also has season save record set during his senior season, 89 saves in the season. Hails from Australia. Previously played at South Hobart FC in Tasmania. The older side of the starting lineup, so about 25 years old. Just finished up his season as a major
In defense, number 14, Adam Krakora.
Big man to look out. Appleton, Wisconsin. Redshirted at Iowa Western and left the program. Still searching for that next college move. Dunlap is one of the tallest players on the ball.
And your captain,
When he receives the ball, he looks to turn, play upfield, advance the ball. For Rochester today, it's Tyreek Moore from Florida Spain of Trinidad and Tobago. Played 3 games in his first senior season at Western Illinois.
That's what I think she's going right now.
Tonight's
4 years he captain in a program, Root Park College. Played all but 5 minutes in his senior season. Tyreek Moore is one of those guys who play 90 minutes of it. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with kickoff here from Rochester Regional Stadium.
Back here at Rochester Regional Stadium, getting things set for kickoff between Bavarian United SC and Rochester FC. Once again, two teams so different in terms of history. 90 years separate the founding between these two clubs. 2018 for Rochester FC, 1928 for Bavarian United SC. And Bavarian, a team not just an old team, but a very historical team. 9-time national champions Bavarian United is. In the amateur levels, whether it's NPSL, UPSL, they've done the winning. They take their first step into USL 2, as does Rochester FC. Both teams lining up in a 4-3-3. As the captains get set for the coin toss.
What did you say? This guy, yeah, I'm good. What are you, ball boy or not? You're ball boy?
You're not allowed. So you can put it as zero for Legion. Or you can't change it. So pull that up 2 handers.
Set for kickoff here at Rochester Regional Stadium. Bavarian and Rochester flip side.
Touch. You just hit kick out, that's it.
Not much known about Bavarian. They're a very quiet club on social media, not really announcing any signings. All these players came up through the Bavarian academies. Bavarian also a U19 MLS next side, very successful side. A ton of players from those ranks playing Division 1, Division 2, and playing at the next level. Assuming we're seeing a couple of those players here for Bavarian as well. It's going to be Rochester FC to start with the ball. Diego Navia, Mate Pineda up top, and let's check with both goalkeepers. Waiting for that 7 o'clock time to hit as we get ready for this game to kick off. Once again, it's Kieran Brown in net, Alan Imamovich right back, Tyreek Moore, Gabriel Herrera, center backs, Pregame, the left back. In this back line for Rochester FC, Pregame all the way back to Kieran Brown, Bavarian applying a high pressure early. Brown plays back to Pregame, goes down. Eventually finds Parish. Parish looking inside, trying to find Navia. Bavarian wins. Immediate turnover though, it's Navia, laying down the right side. Finding Pedro Parish. Parish plays to Navia, who controls, and Navia's got a little bit of space to drive down here, the right wing. Now it's in the right corner. Cross block. It's Imamovich making his way down there. It's an early throw in for Rochester FC on the far sideline in the attacking zone. Trying to find Imamovich. And Imamovich will throw again. Imamovich holds up looking for an open man. Trying to fire it in for Hernandez. Mate loses the battle. Tyreek Moore wins the header. Dunlap over Navia, all the way back out. Validation Navia, give and go. Here goes Navia. He'll hold up again. Navia, the pass back, goes out of play. It's going to be a turnover. Bavarian will take over. Contested header. And Rochester FC will recycle back in control. Fodstad applying pressure for Bavarian. Cora holds up and tries to find Jake Parish. Pass runs a little bit far to Jake's left. But it's another turnover for Bavarian. Navia, second or third interception of the game already. Making his presence felt early as Jake Navia in the field. He just finished up his senior season at Columbia College. Here's Montañez. Get in and out, move, and he'll run to the outside control and lay out to Cora. Cora sprinting down the left sideline. Gets fouled. It's going to be free kick for the Loons. Free kick taken for Rochester. Nico Cortez. Spent 2 years at Fort Hays State University. He was a teammate of Kieran Brown's, but then transferred to Drake to join the D1 level. At Fort Hays State, he was all GAC, member of the second team, and also the MIA tournament MVP as a sophomore. Cortez lines up the free kick, he'll curl it in. Looking for more in the back post. And Bavarian will look to counter. Played back, Monte applying the pressure all the way back to goalkeeper Harms. Worked upfield by Bavarian. They split the Rochester press and it's down the right side to Dryden. Dryden back outside to Stewart. And offside is called. Going a little bit too early there was Dryden. So it's an offside, and it's going to be Rochester ball.
Rochester passing back and forth. It's a turnover. The high press works out for Bavarian. All the way back. And eventually finds Castro. Castro, the right center midfielder for this Bavarian side. And Bavarian will hold possession. Mate is applying pressure. Bavarian plays it out. As there's an injured player down low for Bavarian. Injured player Fodstad, the striker, gets up, walks gingerly back to his teammates, and Herrera goes out to meet him and make sure is everything okay. So after the quick stoppage, Rochester will throw it right back out to Bavarian. Worked around, here's Stevens. Stevens looking to break the lines. Committing a foul there was Herrera. So the foul by Herrera gives Bavarian a free kick. They take it quickly, working outside. Now the ball over the top, dealt with by Navia. It's put out of play for another throw in for Bavarian. Bavarian's first real extended opportunity here in the attacking zone. It's into Castro. Castro turns around, finds Stewart. Worked across, good turn there from Maybe. All the way back to Stevens. Stevens, a long switch. They'll run just long for Coleman, who's making the run down the left wing. Kieran Brown's going to take the goal kick. Bavarian already setting the high line all the way at the top of the box. Moore looks to play a pass, but it gets deflected. And a chance to counter for Bavarian, but Moore steps in and corrects his mistakes. Once again, Tyreek Moore, one of the most experienced defenders at the NAIA level. His senior season at Bruton Parker College, he played all but 5 minutes and was a captain. This one worked out to the left side to Coleman. All the way back to Bilo. Bilo drives one, but it falls right to Herrera, and eventually to Dunlap. Into Cortez, who turns. But Bavarian regained possession all the way back to Harms. Into back, playing left back. All the way back to Harms and all the way across. Inside to Castro. Bavarian holding possession well. Not looking to force any passes forward. Content with playing through the back. Rochester FC straying away from the original press that they had set. Now allowing Bavarian to get space in the midfield. Good pressure from the Loons. It's Mate coming away with it. And Mate out to Parish. Parish all the way back to Kokora. Worked around to Herrera. Herrera plays to Brown. All the way to Imamovic. An errant pass on the back means it's going to be turnover for Rochester. It's going to be a throw-in for Bavarian deep in the attacking zone. Taken short by Dryden. Worked around to Maybe. All the way back to Mitchell. And back up to Maybe. Parish steps in. Bavarian working well. The cross comes in, but it's collected by Brown. First crossing opportunity for either side. In open play, and it runs right to Kieran Brown, who collects and takes his time and looks to distribute. It's inside to Kokora, who misplays it a little bit to Brown, but Brown will recover and play to Moore. Moore gets his pass deflected, but it'll be a goal kick for Brown. Rochester struggling to break this press for Bavarian. Bavarian, a very disciplined team, knows the Bavarian style and plays it very well. Once again, another errant pass. Back to Moore. Moore recovers, keeps it in play, and clears it right off of one of the Bavarian players. But once again, it's that Bavarian press that Rochester is struggling to break early on. Imamovic throws it right to a defender. And Bavarian looks to recycle. Finding Stevens. Stevens with options, instead turns around. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell up to Maybe. Once again, Bavarian holding possession. Rochester slowly creeping up. And there's a big tackle from Navia. But Rochester unable to control it. It's right back in the hands of Bavarian. A bad deflection. Cleared away by Imamovic. But it remains in the Rochester half, and it's going to be a Bavarian throw-in. Both teams feeling each other out here in the early stages. Mate applying pressure. There's Krakora. Clearing it ahead out of the zone. It's headed back to the keeper, Harms. Mate with the pressure, and Harms rolls out to Mitchell. Now it's over to Coleman. Back down to Stewart. Worked across to Mitchell. Mitchell will drive and take his space. Clips one in, but it's shouldered out by Imamovic. Navia and Parish passing between each other. And Navia will hold up for Imamovic. Imamovic will turn. And Brown will clear out. Looking for Parish, but won't find him in time. And it's back into Bavarian's possession. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell taking his space. No pressure applied by the Loons. They're letting the defenders run free with the ball, and it's a turnover. Now Navi has a chance to go. Gets dragged down. By Coleman. Excuse me, that's Bodside who took down Navia. Free kick for Rochester. Bavarian now pressing a little bit deeper, allowing Rochester a little bit of space. Good move from Cortez. Now here's Dunlap. Dunlap, the outside of the foot pass. Looking for Mate, but unable to find him. Mate, the Hungarian striker. Plays junior college ball at Cowley College. Played in 16 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. 2 game-winning goals for Mate. And Cowley was one of the top 10 NJCAA teams in the country. Navia with the foul deep in the attacking half. It'll be a free kick for Bavarian. But 15 minutes almost gone here in this game. No real clear-cut chances for either side. A free kick for Rochester in the early stages and a cross for Bavarian that haven't really amounted to anything. Both teams really settling in, feeling each other out here. Big win from Imamovic, but it goes out of play for Bavarian. Dunlap oversteps. Bavarian will hold up, and good little 1-2 between Bavarian and striding through the midfield is Maybe. Maybe gets taken down by Navia. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for Diego Navia. Navia sliding in from the back. It's a yellow for Diego Navia. And if that challenge wasn't enough, it's the consistent challenges from Navia that are a little physical that have led to the caution. So it's a free kick from about 30 yards out for Bavarian. 2 players standing over it. One of them, Bilo. But now Bilo backs away. And Bilo will step out. Here's Maybe. Ripping low and wide of the left post. Good power on that shot from Maybe. Take this time to remind you that if you are interested in advertising on the Rochester FC network here on YouTube, you can always reach out to any contact listed on the Rochester FC website. As Moore plays a long ball ahead, looking for Navia. It's ahead to Dunlap. And eventually played off the legs of Rochester. It's another throw in for Bavarian. Even in possession, Rochester really struggling to string together a couple of passes, hold on to possession like they did in the first 10 minutes. As a foul on the far side leads to a Rochester free kick. Worked out to Herrera. Parish trying to flick it on to Mate. Now it's played back to the goalkeeper, Harms. Harms clips one up. Krakora wins in the air. Second ball bounces around. Eventually falls Bavarian's way. Here's Stewart. Now pressure applied by Parish. Good energy from Jake Parish. Now Mate holding up. Mate plays back to Parish. Parish outside of Krakora. Krakora, a native of the Czech Republic, but has lived in America since he turned 12. All the way back to Moore. Imamovic loses the ball. It's a counter opportunity for Bavarian. Early cross sprayed in, and Moore heads out. It's a corner coming up for Bavarian United. There's one advantage Rochester has over Bavarian. It's definitely size here. Two very tall center backs in Herrera and Moore. This one off the head of Parish. Goes out of play for another corner from the other side. Once again, Moore, Herrera. Fairly tall center backs as well as Mate, but Mate's hanging out near the 40-yard line. Potential for a counter for the Hungarian. Kieran Brown tips this one away, and it'll hit the corner flag and run out of play. And while he was falling down, Kieran Brown made contact with the goal. Goalpost needs to be reset.
Jake Parish scores the first goal for Rochester FC in USL League 2 history. The assist from Tyreek Moore, and it's a 1-0 lead for Rochester FC.
Goal scored for Rochester FC in the 29th minute by number 17, Jake Parish, assisted by number 3, Tyreek Moore.
So Jake Parish latches on top of the header and puts one in for Rochester FC. The first goal in USL League 2 history. Here's Parish again.
Parish. And a long shot there. No good, but it's an early lead for Rochester in the 30th minute. And here comes Rochester FC again. Here's Imamovic. Imamovic working free on the right side. A chance across. They'll cut it back to Mate. Mate with the left foot just wide. Another shot, ambitious there from Parish. But the first goal in RFC history goes to Jake Parish, number 17 from Wisconsin Green Bay. Just finished up his freshman season there. And now there's a little bit of life in this Rochester FC side. They go again. It's Navia. Navia, Paleres playing back and forth. Navia goes down. Parish holds on to possession. You can feel the energy in the RCTC Stadium now. Parish, little flick. Parish found his confidence again, and it's a delayed foul there. And a little bit of talking between the two sides. As getting a warning there is Fodstad and Krakora involved a little bit in the extracurriculars. Moore will play it back to Brown. Navi outside to Paleres. Back to Imamovic. Now back to Moore. Now here's Imamovic. Imamovic all the way down. Found a cross through the legs of a Bavarian defender. And here's Paleres winning it back. 34 minutes elapsed in the game now. A 1-0 lead for Rochester FC on the first real chance of the game. The corner recycled back out to the corner taker, Nico Cortez, whose cross finds ahead of Tyreek Moore, who heads it across the face of goal and finds Parish. Now here's a through ball. Imamovic running free on the right side. Finds it, has a chance to cross it in, and does. Finds Parish. Great touch from Jake Parish. A chance for a second. Yes! Jake Parish, the second goal for the Aussie, and it's a 2-0 lead for Rochester FC. What a touch from Jake Parish, and what a finish with the left foot, and there go the Flares. Jake Parish has turned this game from stagnant to electric. A header for the first goal, a touchdown, and a left-footed strike for the second. It's now a 2-0 lead for Rochester FC. And now Rochester going back to the press. Worked down the left side by Bavarian. Touched out by Dunlap. Two huge goals from Jake Parish are the difference in this one so far. 2-0 lead for Rochester FC. The cross comes in, but it's deflected off the back of one of the defenders. Now Bavarian with the cross. Another deflection off the back of Imamovic. And clearing away is Navia. This one will run out of play for a Rochester throw. That's Parish. Toss around in the midfield. Finds Mate. Mate out to Parish. Parish making the run down the left wing. Ball runs a little too long for Parish. Now Bavarian recycling after a stunning 6 minutes from Jake Parish. Worked back around. So left back. Now Bavarian foraying into the offensive zone. Finds Bilo. Bilo inside. The backheel flick, but Kieran Brown comes out to collect. Brown will hold on to the ball here. Battled back and forth in the midfield again. This one runs out of play. Running out of space on the far side was Beck. Offside's called on Rochester. Another chance for Rochester. It falls to Parish. Parish unable to complete the hat trick just yet. Touched out by Herrera. Now here's Bavarian. Worked back around. Bavarian cleared away by Moore. Ahead to Navia. All the way to the other side, Krekora. Krekora has his pass deflected out of bounds. "40 minutes gone. 2 goals from Jake Parish, the difference. The man from UW Green Bay. 14 starts as a freshman. 1 goal, 2 assists. In just 1 game in USL League 2 play, he's already eclipsed his entire collegiate career. Good turn from Mate. Mate strides ahead with that support. Now Navia clips one in. Well, there's the header, but it's right into the hands of Harms. Positive play and an offsides call on Parish wouldn't have counted either way. But Rochester FC finding the passes. Long ball played ahead. Brown will come out and let it sit to the ground. Wait for pressure from Bavarian. As Brown holds. Tells his players to get up. As here's Krekora. Inside to Cortez, and Cortez plays across to Moore. Now Rochester FC holding possession, inviting pressure from Bavarian. And here comes the pressure. Krekora down low, with a little bit of space on the sideline. Worked in well to Dunlap. Dunlap's pass a little bit too wide of Parish. Navia again, a harsh tackle, but Stevens will collect, and down to Stewart it goes. Now a chance. Here's a cross. Imamovic clears away. Still in the attacking zone for Bavarian. This only the second game of the Deep North Conference. The first game last weekend, St. Croix took down Minneapolis City SC. Minneapolis City took a 1-0 lead into halftime, but then St. Croix, 2 goals in 6 minutes coming out of the half. A goal in the 47th, a goal in the 53rd to get the win. Here's Navia again. Navia outside of the foot. Finds Parish. Parish has Dunlap in support. Will take it himself. Clipping ahead, looking for Mate. A little bit too strong there from Parish. Flipped ahead, looking for Parish again. Harms will take it into his hands. Battle in the midfield again. Dunlap was not expecting that one to go to him, but eventually finds the ball. Krakora, harsh tackle there from Bavarian, but no call. And Herrera clears away. As we're into extra time here. Parish looks ahead, instead plays back to Dunlap, and across it goes. Down low, final chance here potentially for Rochester. It's Imamovic. The stutter step, another one, and a fourth. It's about 6 stutter steps there down low from Alan Imamovic, still looking for some space. Won't find it, and instead it's touched out. Looks like he won a corner, though, for Rochester FC. So about 17 stutter steps later, Imamovic has finally won a corner for Rochester FC. And a chance to put some pressure on here late. Excuse me, it's a deep throw-in. It's won by Bavarian. And Imamovic will let it run out of play. And there's a halftime whistle. At halftime, your score 2-0 in favor of Rochester FC. 2 goals from Jake Parish as the underdogs up in this one. We'll be back after halftime right here at Rochester Regional Stadium. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Rochester FC on YouTube. And back out come the Loons with a 2-0 lead against Bavarian United SC. 2 goals from the Aussie, Jake Parish, are the difference in this one. First one scored in the 29th minute. Second one scored in the 35th minute, excuse me. And the Loons will take a 2-0 lead into the second half. No changes for Rochester FC coming out of the locker room, and still Kieran Brown in net. Got Tyreek Moore, Alan Imamovich, Gabriel Herrera, Adam Krakora in the back line. Nico Cortez, Spencer Dunlap, Diego Navia in the midfield. Pedro Paredes on the right wing. Jake Parish with the brace on the left wing, and Mate Quiñeres up top. An underrated aspect of Mate's game is his positioning. With his size and stature at the striker position, he draws a lot of attention between 2 center backs. That's been what's allowed Jake Parish to get free both of those times. First one coming off of a corner, and the second one coming off of a cross. And Parish has done the rest. Bavarian to start off the second half. They'll be attacking left to right. As the sun sets behind us here at RCTC. 2-0 lead for Rochester FC, a team that was projected to finish last in the Deep North Conference of USL League 2. Against a team that was projected to finish first in Bavarian United, and it's the underdogs on top right now, 2-0. Bavarian holding possession to start the half. Long ball ahead. Worked well, but it's going to run out of play. Be a Rochester FC throw-in. Long throw from the left side, Krakora. Finds its way back to Bavarian United. It's worked back around by Bavarian. Mitchell all the way back to Harms, the goalkeeper. Hasn't been a bad game from Harms. He's came up when the team has needed him, but Parish has just found himself free in the box 2 times, and nothing you can do from that close of range as a goalkeeper. Now here's a long ball. Looking ahead, Brown comes out. Slips, and it hits off of his thigh. Gets lucky there, does Kieran Brown. Probably should have collected that one with his hands. Rochester FC get away with one there, as Krakora shields the ball out of play. Krakora all the way ahead, finds Cortez. Cortez worked well with Parish. Parish gets the ball back from Dunlap, but it runs through his legs. It'll be out of play, and a Bavarian throw-in. Rochester FC just needs to hold on to this lead, but you can't sit back and allow Bavarian the space. For a good solid 15 minutes in the first half, Bavarian had about 6 corners. Because Rochester FC let up, allowed them space, and the center backs killed the Loons with that ball forward. Here's one of the center backs, Stevens. Finds a wide open Castro in the midfield, closed down quickly by Paredes. Paredes back outside. Down to Coleman. The give and go. Coleman trying to keep the ball on the far side, and does. Well worked by Bavarian. Held up and returned to Castro. Back out to Coleman. Good pressure from Rochester. Won well by Navia. Still fighting as Navia goes down hard. And Navia will get a talking to. Came up angry after that foul. It's going to be Imamovic to take. He'll hold up, fix his shin guards real quick, and get the ball back in play for Rochester. Imamovic takes long, looking for Mate. Mate spins one defender around, but the ball will find its way back to Harms. And Harms back down. Here's Moore. Moore will play all the way back to Brown. Brown really only had one chance to stop. It was almost catastrophic as he slipped and had the ball hit off his thigh. This one cleared away. Finds Navia. Navia will play outside to Imamovic. Imamovic all the way back to Brown. Rochester holding possession again. Here comes the press from Bavarian. Bodstad leading the charge, and now on the far side, it's Castro applying pressure. Worked well. Here's Parish. Parish takes one off the face, still has the ball. They're going to call it a handball. Looks like it hit off the wrist of Parish, not the face. Mate with the pressure. Here's the switch. Herrera clears out. It's been a shaky game for Gabby Herrera. Just finished up his sophomore season at Lindenwood. Was named a captain of the team as just a sophomore and is now transferring to U Tampa. So making the switch from D1 down to D2 after excelling at the D1 level. But Tampa, a top 10 team in D2, so he's going to a program with a winning culture. Well worked by Bavarian. They're passing well. A little bit of tic-tac-toe. Finds Coleman on the outside, but Moore heads away. Now it's Stevens. Inside us. Oh, an opening here, and Moore there again for Rochester. Worked outside. Parish will play it back, and Herrera, while running out of bounds, clears it out for a throw-in instead of giving up the corner. Pressure from Parish, but Bavarian passing out of it. Worked inside to Castro. Castro's been finding pockets of space within this Rochester defense as the cross goes well behind the net. Was back there who misplayed that cross. And here's Brown. Brown releases. Finds maybe for Bavarian. Parish trying to control on the far sideline. Misplayed. 7 minutes elapsed now in the second half. Still a 2-0 lead for Rochester. 2 goals. The span of 7 minutes for the Australian Jake Parish out of UW Green Bay is the difference in this one. Good turn by Bavarian. Here's Castro again in space. Outside of the foot, outside to back. Down the left side goes back. A chance to cross in. Kieran Brown comes out and collects. Strong hands from Kieran Brown. And Brown will hold on. A little bit of gamesmanship here for Kieran Brown as he'll roll out eventually to Herrera. Touch out of play by Bavarian, but even with this strong throwing in the first game, Rochester's still missing a couple key players. Juan Lopez Arteaga out with a hamstring injury. He played at Drake with Nico Cortez. On the left side, here's Parish, a good interception, a chance to turn. He's got Mate ahead of him. Holding on is Parish. Parish rips a shot just wide of the right post. But strong play from Pedro Parish. Parish, the winger, can also play in the center of the park as well. Center mid, center attacking mid at Lincoln Trail College. But was a player at the famed Santos Academy all the way up until U17. He's been a Puma-sponsored athlete since he was 12 years old. That's Parish. This one's out to back on the left side again. A chance to cross, but he'll play a 1-2 and work further down the side. Imamovic on the ball, and Imamovic shields all the way out. Strong body positioning there from Imamovic. Brown will play quickly to Moore. Here comes the pressure again for Bavarian. Moore clips one ahead, looking for Parish, but played out of bounds. Instead of trying to risk one, Moore looking to the sidelines and misplays it. It's back with Harms. Turnover deep in the zone. Here's Navia with the chance. 1-on-3 for Diego Navia. He's got Mate to his left. Plays him, tries to play him through the middle. A little bit of a miscommunication, but here comes the pressure from the Loons. This one played out to Imamovic. A strong header back. Controlled down by Navia. Outside. Cortez back to Navia. Navia, bad pass right to Bavarian, and now Bavarian with a chance to respond. Down the left side to Castro. Worked well. Here's Bilo. This one, Castro misplays, trying to play a sweeping pass above the defensive line for Rochester. Instead, he plays it out of the stadium grounds. A little bit of contact. Here's Herrera inside to Dunlap. Dunlap all the way back to Brown. And Rochester FC will look to work it around. Instead, back to Herrera. Herrera finds Parish. Parish, good turn. Still holding on to it is Parish. And Herrera eventually out to Cortez. Cortez all the way across to Moore. Moore down to Imamovic. Imamovic has his pass deflected out of bounds. 11 minutes elapsed now in the second half. USL League 2 Deep North Conference action. Rochester FC leading Bavarian United SC 2-0. 2 goals from Jake Parish. Now the press comes from Bavarian. It's back to Brown, who will hold on for a bit. Herrera launches one forward. Mate with a chance to win it. Instead, it's back to Bavarian. This one flipped ahead, but cleared away and touched down by Mate. Chance to turn, but the pass from Mate goes a little too long. Looks like we're getting the first substitution of the game. But first it's Castro for Bavarian. Down to Bilo. On the right side is Stewart. Stewart, the right back. Lost control, and it's a turnover. Going Rochester's way. Hit off the hand. Of a Bavarian player. Brown will take the free kick. Sub still not coming in so far. Here's Imamovic looking for an opening. Instead, we'll play it safe. Back to Brown. Back to Herrera. Herrera inside to Navia. Navia, bad touch. And Bavarian chance to counter. They've got numbers ahead. Good turn. But it's eventually corralled by Brown. Brown rolls it up the middle. Worked ahead to Mate. Mate down low to Dunlap. Back out to Mate. Mate with a little bit of space here on the right side. A cut back to his favored left foot. Driving inside is Mate. Mate rips a shot. Misses the right post. It's going to be a substitution. It's going to be number 18. Parish Cholic coming in for Mate Quiñeres. It's a like-for-like change here. Ferris, number 9 as well, at University of St. Thomas, D1 program right here in Minnesota. Another big frame up top. Dangerous on the headers is College. And Cholic scored one of the most important goals in St. Thomas soccer history. St. Thomas, a program that recently made the jump from D3 to D1 action. And Ferris Cholic scored the game-winning goal in their first ever Division I win. It was against the University of Nebraska, Omaha. And he scored a header off of a free kick to give UST the 1-0 lead. Here's Cholic with a chance early on, touched away by Bavarian. But Cholic will do the same work as Mate, hold up the play with back to goal, look to turn and find himself in space, and also do his work here on the free kicks. He's 6'4", is Cholic. 6'4" by St. Thomas's measurements. Might be 6'2" on the field, but either way, he's tall for a striker. This one played short. Navi on the turn. His cross blocked away. It'll be another corner for Rochester. It's down low to Cortez. We'll take this one. Good ball in from Cortez. And it'll find the way all the way back to Imamovic, who will clip one ahead again. Looking for Parish. Parish gets taken down. But he'll get called for undercutting the defender. It's Harms. Back and forth action here between Bavarian and Rochester. Still 2-0 the score. Half an hour left to go in this Deep North Conference clash. Clipped ahead. Here's Cholic with his first action. A chance to counter. Here's Castro for Bavarian. Work back and now up top to Fodstad. Fodstad's got people in the box if he can find an opening. Fodsad down low, takes a shot instead over the crossbar. Trying to catch Kieran Brown sleeping, but Brown was alert and let that one ride above the crossbar, and now to play for a goal kick. Bavarian calling for a corner. Instead, it looks like it's a throw-in deep in the zone, so the shot there from Fodsad doesn't even exit the field of play on the backside. Instead, it's out for a throw-in. Winning it back is Bavarian. Castro inside. Here's Maybe. Well worked by Bavarian. Here's a shot and a goal. Big shot from Bilo. It's a goal for Bavarian in the 64th minute. So score now 2-1. So it's Bilo with the shot from outside of the box that beats Kieran Brown. Pass from Dryden, and Bilo just found himself in space and took advantage. Well-placed shot on the inside of Kieran Brown's left post. Means it's a 2-1 game. And here come Bavarian again. Bilo again. Good tackle from Rochester, and going the other way are the Loons. Worked outside the Parish, looking for Cholich. Cholich does well, but gets called for the foul. 25 minutes left to go. Another substitution coming up soon. Nico Cortez will be exiting the field of play for Armin Dedic. Dedic just finished up his freshman season at Western Illinois. Dedic, another big frame to add into the midfield, taking away Nico Cortez, who stands about 5'8", 5'9", and putting in Dedic, who's 6'1". More size in the midfield for Rochester. So Dedic makes his way in. Taking out Nico Cortez in the process. Cortez had the key pass that led to the second goal. As there's a turnover by Krakora. And driving through Rochester's midfield is Bavarian. Here they go again, a 1-2, and now a chance for a cross. Instead, it's turned over. And turned right back over by Rochester. That was Dedic, his first action. Leads to possession for Bavarian. It's out to back on the left side. Letting it run is Cortez. Headed away by Krakora. Cleared away by Rochester. Kept in play by Bavarian on the far side. Pedro Paleta stepping hard. It's a chance for a cross. Kept in. Attempted bicycle. Playing on the ground there was Maybe, and he'll get called for the foul. Brown with a free kick from his own penalty spot. He'll take this one long, looking for Parish again. Misconnection there between Brown and Parish, both of whom are from Australia. It's all the way back to Harms. Bavarian have been the better side offensively in the second half. They've got a goal to show for it. It's 2-1 now between Bavarian and Rochester FC. That pass runs long. Work back to Herrera. Herrera trying to release it. Instead, it'll play it off of a Bavarian player for a goal kick. Here's Dedic. Plays back to Imamovic and inside to Navia. Navia with space. It's a stutter step and slices through two defenders. He's got Dedic to his right, instead plays all the way to Parish. Parish, step overs. Cuts inside Parish. Back out to Navia, who's looking for the cross in. A little too far there for the left side Parish. All the way back. Throw it on the far side for Krakora. Finds Navia. Chops inside through contact. Navia, dangerous tackle. He's already on a yellow card. He needs to be careful with those. It's an attacking opportunity for Bavarian. The cross comes in. Brown touches away, and Imamovic cleans up. Paletis trying to flick it to Dunlap. Dunlap will end up with it. Dunlap back to Paletis. Down to Kolic. Here's Ferris Cholic. Trying to touch inside. Instead, back to Harms by Rochester. Injury for Rochester here. It's Navia. Going down hard, but options on the bench to replace him. Finning and Huffington. Riley Moore both play the same position as Navia. Center midfield, center attacking midfield. But Navia will look to carry on. Navia hails from Guayaquil, Ecuador. Just finished up his senior year at Columbia College. 20 games started, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 yellow cards, over 1,400 minutes played for Columbia. RFC a lot more defensive now, with Dedic, Dunlap, and Navia in the midfield. Dedic takes away Cortez's creativity, but once again, that physical presence can't be missed here in these final 20 minutes as Rochester looks to hold on to this 1-0 lead. 1-goal lead, excuse me. Ball over the top. Frontstad inside, deflected away. Critical deflection there by Herrera. So now another corner for Bavarian. They had 6 of these in the first half. Bavarian takes. It's high. It'll run out of play on the backside. Rochester with 18 minutes of regulation left, holding on to a 2-1 lead. Goal kick from Brown will be taken away, and Harms will collect. Foul on Bavarian. It'll go Rochester's way. Another substitution coming in soon for Rochester. Good turn inside. Getting the Meg there is Parish. Into Dunlap. Dunlap left-footed cross. Trying to find Parish on the back left side. But good work there from Parish and Dunlap. Staying attacking. Rochester can't settle back here and hold on to this 1-0 lead, 1-goal lead, and park the bus. Bavarian have shown their strength with the ball in possession. Here's a turnover high in the zone. Shot ripped by Dunlap, a little too ambitious. He's hit those in training before, but couldn't replicate it here. Here comes a press from Rochester. Cholich applying pressure on Maybe. Ahead to Bilo, the goal scorer. Touched away. Fighting through contact, and Parish will hold on to the ball for Rochester. Krakora loses his balance and a chance to counter. Herrera stabs his foot in. It's going to be a foul. Free kick in a dangerous spot here from 25 yards out. The referee will back it up all the way to 30 yards out. .15 minutes left for Rochester. Holding on to a 2-1 lead against the preseason favorites, Bavarian United. Four-man wall for Brown. Cross ripped in. It's found. Finds the near post. It's offsides. It goes in, but it is offsides on Bavarian United. The linesman saves a goal for Rochester FC. Missed man markings. The ball finds a way to the back of the net, but the offside flag comes up, and Rochester FC lives to fight another minute with a 2-1 lead. Set pieces have been shaky for Rochester, giving up a lot of corners, a lot of free kicks. Two substitutions coming in. Jeffrey Letienne comes in for Adam Krakora. And Riley Moore comes in for Spencer Dunlap. So Dunlap and Krakora come off. Letienne comes on, as does Riley Moore. And Letienne's first action here. Touch and a pass out wide. Looking for Parish. Had him open. Sliding tackle to intercept it from Stewart. Letienne bouncing between this USL League 2 squad and the UPSL squad. Was named the man of the match in the UPSL's first game of the season. They play in the UPSL Division 1 in the Midwest West Conference. Letienne, 3 goal line clearances and 1 goal scored from a penalty as a center back, earning him man of the match honors. Product from France, played his first college season at North Iowa Area Community College, scored 5 goals as a center back for NIACC. and will be transferring to Kansas City Community College for his second year. This one touched out by Bavarian. Now 12 minutes left and counting for Rochester in regular time. So with Letien coming to center back, Herrera will move down to left back. A position he's played as well. A very versatile player, can play anywhere on the back line as well as in the 6. Ken Herrera at defensive mid. As here's Dedic playing out wide. Riley Moore lashes at one and is just over the crossbar. Souza comes in for Coleman. And Alvarez comes in for Stewart. For Bavarian. So 2 subs on Bavarian side as well. As we get to 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in regular time. Bavarian have found their way back into this one. A 65th minute goal from Bilo cut the RFC lead in half. And Bavarian have been pushing ever since. Tons of space here in the midfield. That's Mitchell driving. Navia now with the ball. Navia's got a chance to play it out wide, and he does. Looking for more on the right wing. Looks like Riley Morris came in and played right wing. A good move there from Castro. Megs Navia. Navia gets the ball back. Strong tackle from Diego Navia, and it's clean. Then a foul by Bavarian. Navia's been the most physical player out here between both these sides, but he's also felt the brunt of Bavarian's attacks here as he goes down hard. Already on a yellow card is Navia, playing a little bit more cautious than he was in those early stages. And it's a yellow shown to Bavarian. That's Bilo, the goal scorer, who gets a yellow. Here's Tyreek Moore, clipping one ahead, looking for Riley Moore. Moore does well to find Parish, back to Moore. Riley Moore looks down the right side, has Imamovic. Imamovic in space. Imamovic with the cross, the cutback, right to Bavarian. Another golden opportunity there for Rochester to put this game to bed. Instead, it's a chance for Bavarian to come the other way. With numbers on the left side. Played ahead. Well cleaned up by Moore, and he'll play it down the line. It bounces off of Navia. And Navia recovers well. There's a Bavarian player down. Non-contact injury right at the top of the 15-yard line. Looks like a cramp, and Tyreek Moore goes over to help him out with that one. Two goals from Jake Parish. The 2 goals for Rochester. 1 goal from Bilo. Get Bavarian back into this one, and that's where we stand here with 7 minutes left in regular time. Injured Bavarian SC player down. USL League 2 action. Deep North Conference, both these teams are in. The next time we'll be here on the Rochester FC network is this Sunday. The women's team takes on Bavarian SC as well. That game will start at 4 p.m. Pre-game coverage will start at 3:50. The next time you'll see the men's team in action here is next weekend on the 27th. They'll be taking on the rivals in Minneapolis. It's a battle of the birds between Minneapolis City SC and Rochester FC, the Crows and the Loons. Right here at RCTC Stadium and on Rochester FC on YouTube. So Mikkel Fodstad, the injured Bavarian player who will make way. And the ball is played out by Bavarian. 5.5 minutes left in regular time. And it's Herrera on the left side. Plays up, ball's bounced around. Finds Cholich. Here's Cholich driving. Good pass out to Imamovic. It's Imamovic now. On the right side, long touch from Imamovic. And he'll turn it over. Moore comes back. Looking for the tactical foul, and eventually it comes. And there's a yellow for Riley Moore for the tactical foul. That's a good foul to stop the Bavarian counter and allow the defense to come back for Rochester. It's Castro to take the free kick, plays it back to Mitchell, and across it goes. For Bavarian, long ball ahead. Brown will come out and collect. Brown calling the Loons forward. He'll release this one high and narrow. There's a side volley. Looking for Moore. Goes over the head of Moore. Navia keeps control of the ball on the ground and works his way out. Well worked by Diego Navia, holding on to possession. Here's Armin Dedic. All the way back to Imamovic and back to Moore, who'll play back to Brown. So after the goal kick, it finds its way back to Brown. To the other side it goes. Letien. All the way ahead to Herrera. Herrera trying to find Parish. And that ball boomed ahead. And Rochester FC will reset defensively. 3.5 minutes now in regulation left. Good step by Herrera. Finds Cholich. Cholich, a one-on-one opportunity. Here goes Parish. Cholich. Good close down from Bavarian. Cholich livid about that one not being called a foul. Parish does well. Works around a defender. Tried to cross it in. Cholich intercepted by Bavarian. That's Mitchell stepping in. End-to-end action here at RCTC in the closing minutes. Letien steps up, applies pressure, and Bavarian forced backwards. Again, a lot of space given up in the midfield here by Rochester. Bavarian working well. Here's Castro. Outside. The cross comes in. Well deflected. It's off of Bavarian. That's going to be a throw-in for Rochester FC deep in the defensive zone. 2.5 minutes go to left to go. Herrera to take the throw in deep in the defensive zone. Just got to clear this one out here if you're Rochester. Don't want to risk anything too much. And there's a clearance from Herrera. Chance to find Moore inside its back, who clears it away right to Imamovic. Chance to work forward for Alan Imamovic. Imamovic has the ball touched out by Bavarian. Had Parish open quickly, but instead elects to take a little bit more time off the clock and Plays it deep, looking for more again. It's off the head of back, and it'll be a corner for Rochester FC. And that'll give Jeffrey Letienne a chance. Standing 6'3". But that's a very tall 6'3". Standing out in the box is Letienne right above the penalty spot. And if you're Rochester, he's your go-to guy. He'll win that header against anyone on this Bavarian team with his size. Here's the corner. Lifted towards Letienne. Falls in the box. Miscommunication. And lifted over and out of play. 89th minute we go. Down to back. Pressure coming from RFC, worked well by Bavarian. A lot of space here in the midfield. Lifted outside. Touchdown deflection.